Hey, I'm back with some more records, some books, antiques, and a couple other things for you guys to look at and look at my stuff. Look at my stuff, all of you. Anyway, I'll start out with the records, and I found this Tom Waits live from Austin. This is one I haven't seen before. I pretty much have all of his records now, and either the reissues or the originals, but they're still like these kind of oddball, I don't know if they're bootlegs or what. This is live from Austin. Tom Waits. You guys, the guys that have been with me all these years know I'm a huge Tom Waits fan. And next, I just bought this again because of, I think I heard of them, the Fever Tree. And I'm not really sure who they are, but I recognize a couple of the songs. Day Tripper, We Can Work It Out. I think, didn't the Beatles do that? And we'll find out who it is. You guys, some of you guys might know who that is. Fever Tree, Day Tripper. And I've always liked Buck Owens, and here is Buck Owens and his Buckaroos. I've got a tiger by his tail. I always enjoyed these guys. They wore these nudie suits. They called these nudie suits with all the rhinestones and decorations that were on them. And you hardly ever see any of these new country singers wearing nudie suits. Not that I can think of. I haven't really been listening to a lot of the new country anymore because it's kind of went country pop sort of stuff. There you go, Buck Owens and the Buckaroos. And this is a fun one. I have several of this guy's comedy records. They're like spoofs of other artists, and it's Weird Al Yankovic, even worse. And it's got Fat, Stuck in the Closet with Vanna White. This song's just 6 words long. You Make Me, I Think I'm a Clone Now. You know, I think I'm alone now, but it's I think I'm a clone now. He does all these parodies of songs. And he's been here to Lawrence, I think, twice. And I've always been at work. I wanted to see him like so bad. He was down at the Granada Theater. And I missed him both times. And it pissed me off. And here's another, like an oddball, Dylan Thomas narrating Under Milk Wood. And I have no idea what this is, but I read some of the inner sleeve. And it says that this was one of his last recordings of, I don't know if it was a play or poetry or what, but it says with original cast. And apparently this was recorded. Somebody in the audience put a tape recorder on the stage and put a microphone in front of Dylan Thomas. And that's just how they happened to get this recording. And this was made right before he died. And I do believe he died from alcohol type related stuff. And we have Big Mama Thornton, Volume 2. The cover's in rough shape, but hopefully the record plays good. Big Mama Thornton with the Chicago Blues Band. And next we have a couple of new sealed records. And this one is, you all know I like poetry and the beatniks. This is Allen Ginsberg reads Kaddish, a 20th century American ecstatic narrative poem. I don't know how you say that, Kaddish. And it's sealed up, and we're going to open that right here. It's a gatefold. You get to see me opening packages. Morty can play with that. Look, Morty. He likes these package things. I don't know if he'll go for it. It's a gatefold. Don't know what's on it. And there he goes. inside the sleeve. Don't swallow that. I don't want to have to take you to the vet and or pull it out of your butt or something. Jeez. We used to have cats a long time ago with my grandma, and every year we would get a Christmas tree and would have that foil type tinsel on the tree, and sometimes the cats would eat that, and then they'd be running around later with the piece of tinsel out their bottom side, and you had to try to get it out somehow. Anyway, that's too TMI, too much information. Anyways, that's on a red vinyl. Looks pretty cool. And next we already have the original box set of this album. Actually, this is my third copy of this because I have one in a box set, one by itself, which I bought, original, and I have 2 cassettes and 1 CD of the same album. You all know I'm obsessed with Jack Kerouac, and this is a new one. The legendary 1959 debut album from Jack Kerouac, first time vinyl reissue, black and white, Beatnik Smoke vinyl, limited to 900 copies. And we're going to open that too, because I want to see what the smoked vinyl looks like. And I'm going to play this one over instead of the original ones, because I want to keep those in nice shape. And Beatnik smoked vinyl. There we go. Oh, that is, yeah. It's like a black, gray, and white marbled vinyl on it with a red label. And here's another story about my grandma. She used to have various books in our house. Oh, besides that, here's the Penny Dreadful mug. They recently took this off of... They shut it down, folks. No more Penny Dreadful on Netflix. I've watched the first season. I still got to watch the second one. It's a show about vampires. That's all I need to say. And anyway, back to the story. My grandma had various books around the house. And one of them that she had, this isn't the exact one, and it's not this copy, was this book called Man, Myth, and Magic. And I just discovered there's 24 volumes of this. And I don't know which volume she had. But it kind of scared me when I was a kid. But then at the same time, it was interesting. And I couldn't stop looking at it and reading it and looking at the photos and things. Now this set came out in 1970, I just found out. And like I said, there's 24 volumes. And I found 5 volumes of this for $3.50 each today. Now the entire 24 volume set on eBay, I noticed they're trying to sell it for about $300. And that is way high, in my opinion. But I don't know how rare they are, since I've never seen them until today again, since back in the 70s. And these all have a lot of illustrations in it and stuff like that. And it doesn't look like anything good is going to happen there. Oh, geez. Holy smokes. But yeah, and I found 5 of them. Here's 6. 7, which has Christopher Lee as a vampire on it. I haven't really read to see if it has... I didn't notice any vampires in it yet. I don't know if that's just on the cover. But they're all illustrations all through them. And I marked a spot in this one. And this one is about the origins of evil. There's a whole chapter on it. 2 things have been regarded by mankind down the ages as fundamentally evil: pain and death. Naturally, these experiences have been seen in different ways. and some of the more sophisticated interpretations, a deeper spiritual evil has been assumed behind the physical realities of pain and death. For example, Christian theology. A little short on that. And then each one is very interesting. This one looks sort of devilish. A goat man or something. Volume 8. That looks like Little Red Riding Hood maybe, or the Big Bad Wolf or something. And I have something marked in this one too, which is very scary picture. And you can see why I kind of got scared of this when I was a kid. But at the same time, I like that kind of stuff. I don't know why. I like that kind of stuff to the day, like horror movies, things like that. And that guy's, they're getting ready to have some sort of AA meeting, maybe. I don't know. But the goat. The goat is sometimes a symbol of agility and sometimes of an abstinent insistence on having one's own way. And so its Latin name is enshrined in the word caprice. In popular traditional astrology, those born under the Capricorn are assigned the goatish characteristics of leaping over difficulties and butting away obstacles. But the goat is far better known for its proverbial lechery, its stench, and its link with the devil, all of which are connected in the reports of the witch trials of Europe. And that's the kind of stuff you get in these books, which now I need to get all the rest of them. There's volume 9, and that's Medusa on the cover. And here we have volume 10, which I'm not sure who that is. I'm assuming a saint or something of that nature on that one. And that's the books that I have. I was going to show some comics, but I think I'll save those for the next video. You know, I don't want to put everything in one video. And I'm going to start throwing in some DVDs into this mix. So, here, I just got this in the mail. I used to have a collection of about 300 DVDs and VHSs. And I got rid of them all except for maybe 10. That I really watched all the time. But recently I've decided to start collecting a few more of sets of like a whole series of movies or something like that. I don't want to go buy a whole ton load of movies and DVDs simply just because I don't have the room because of my record and other hoarding, collecting, or whatever you want to call it. And this one that I got is the 17th or the 75th anniversary DVD collection of Elvis movies. Now this contains 17 films, 27 hours of entertainment. Jailhouse Rock, It Happened at the World's Fair, Kissin' Cousins, Viva Las Vegas. Now I'm starting to feel like somebody at the White House. He's always messing with his hands. Girl Happy, Tickle Me, Harem Scarum, Spin Out, Double Trouble, Stay Away Joe, Speedway, Live a Little, Love a Little, Charo, The Trouble with Girls, and 2 Elvis concerts. That's the way it is. Elvis on tour, and a documentary. This is Elvis or something. And it comes in this big box set, if I can get them out. They're stuck in, oh, there we go. This box set, and there's 2 different collections, and all of the movies have the illustration on the cover of the CD. And I'm hoping these aren't bootlegs. It did come sealed, and you have to be careful of some of these sellers, like on eBay or even in the video store, because some of them can be bootlegs, and they're very good at copying the covers and things of movies. And I'm pretty sure this is the real deal because it's got the UPC thing there. And it came with a little booklet of just like a history of the movies and some photos and things of Elvis. There's the 68, is that the 68 comeback tour or the video movie he made? And it came with the envelope of like reproduction memorabilia, some reproduction checks of different things he bought or paid people or something, and some reproduction notes he wrote, and Western Union stuff he sent. It's interesting to look at. Maybe he bought a cheeseburger and wrote a check for it. I have no clue. But that's that. Now, lastly, we have this little phonograph again. You think it looks like a camera again, right? That's why they called them camera phones back then. This looks like an old Kodak camera, but actually it's a little phonograph in a case. I get the lid off. Set it down here so I don't drop anything. And there's all the contents inside. The little turntable. Where am I at? The horn right here. The long thing. The reproducer around here in the middle. And it has a crank inside there. And I don't know if you can see it. Inside here is the governor. A little wheel that makes the turntable spin. It's part of the motor. And this will probably be the last crank little phonograph I will show. I've showed all of these in previous videos, but it's been a while. I'm pretty sure you haven't seen them. So at the end of this, I'll share this phonograph. Thanks a lot for watching. Calling over and out. And weirdos unite. Maybe I'll see you next week. Okay, guys, I'm back here, and I forgot to mention earlier that this little phonograph is a Thorens Excelda, and they were produced in Switzerland between 1931 and the mid-1940s. I'm going to try to play you this Bozo on the Farm album. It is a little crank phonograph. Now, when I start it, there's a little switch right here that starts the album, and it's probably going to be playing too fast, and I will have to fiddle with that switch to get the right speed because it's also the speed adjustment. And I already have it cranked up for this video, and let's try it out. See how it goes. Try to do this with one hand and the camera. It's kind of difficult. There we go.
Well, we're just about ready for our concert. Wait, here are three little fellows from the farm we left out. The sheep. The duck. And Farmer Brown's big fat pig.
That sounds alright.
Can you fellows keep time? Well, very good. Now we can all go to the barnyard concert. Well, we're all here and it's time to begin. Everybody ready? Here we go.